So you have one of these. You want to make content, but it's hard. I know firsthand. This is my 5th take of recording this intro. In this video, we're going to look at the reasons why we're not sharing what we think online. We're going to talk about how to solve that problem. And I'm going to put my money where my mouth is and create a post real time with you in this video, sharing a controversial thought, and post it and see what happens. And encourage you to do the same. This is bigger than business. The problem, you want to say something, but you're not posting. So our production team, they did a little research, and we all know there's reasons why you're not posting. Maybe you're afraid, lack confidence, you're self-conscious, you got a mole on your face, something like that. And we actually found it's one thing that stops people from posting: self-censorship. Now that can be for a myriad of different reasons, whether it's you're self-conscious, you lack confidence, for whatever reason it is, you are censoring yourself from sharing your thoughts online. Let's check out some of the data our team found and shot a text over to me, and we'll cover it together. We'll drop some data sources in the description as we cover these. So where we see censorship the most is actually in the political realm. And we see that 62% of Americans self-censor their political opinions. Just 6 years ago, it was 58%. Now, when you begin to break that down by political affiliation, you see some other interesting numbers. You see that Democrats, 52% of them self-censor. Independents, 59% of them self-censor. Surprisingly, actually not surprisingly, 77% of Republicans self-censor. Now let's look at that data a little bit differently from a demographic standpoint. So we have our political, let's go into some of the demographic. Latin Americans, 65% of them self-censor when it comes to sharing their opinions on the internet. White Americans, 64%. African Americans, Black people, 49% of us censor ourselves online. And 32% of people are afraid to share online because of what it might do to them in their jobs. Repercussions, penalties, getting fired, having to walk into the office and see John sitting there with his cup of coffee saying, "Come into the meeting room, we need to talk to you." We don't want that to happen. It's understandable. We empathize with you, but we can get over this. You and I both know the world is divided right now. Our country is divided. If you say something, this side comes at you, opposite side. If you try to be in the middle and want some data, you got to pick a side. This is where we are right now. So education level plays a part in whether or not you censor yourself online. 27% of people without a high school diploma censor themselves. 34% with a high school diploma censor themselves. And 45% with some college education censor themselves. So what does all this mean? Oh, actually, there's one key point that I want to mention. In urban areas, metro areas, 42% of people censor themselves versus non-metro areas, suburbs, country, 33%. So what does all this mean? All this means is that if you're a Latino Republican with a college degree living in a city or urban area, we're never going to hear from you online. Never. And that is wrong because you have something to say. So what's the solution? What are you advising me to do? Well, here it is. Here's my one key piece of advice. Post it anyways. Now that sounds simple, somewhat redundant. It might appear insensitive or some motivation gobbledygook, but it's not. Here's why. What you think matters. How you feel about the issues and things going on around you, the ideas you have, it all matters. Within social media, what we have is an opinion party, more than anything. You don't need permission to share. As you post, you are accountable to the truth about what you say, what you think. You're accountable to the impact of that. No one can do it for you, and none of us can get around it. And so you have a responsibility as you muster the courage after watching this video to post about things that you understand. Talk about things that you know. Talk about the things that interest you. Talk about experiences you have that shape your opinion on any matter or event or idea or someone else's post. It is that simple. You see, social media, again, is an opinion party. None of us need permission to give it. You don't need permission to give it, but I'm going to give you permission. You can do this. You do it. Go do it. So I'm going to put my money where my mouth is, and I'm actually going to create a post real time here on a subject matter that actually hits my heart pretty deeply. And posting right now won't do it justice, but for the sake of being accountable to you, I'm going to create the post. And so the post here is a clip that I bookmarked on X, formerly known as Twitter. but still mostly known as Twitter. There's a young recording artist, I think his name is Little RT. He's 9 years old, but he's been circulating around the internet for the last month or so. And he's 9 years old, but he's talking about some things that he should not be talking about. And this matters to me because as a black man in this nation, it's very clear that a lot of people are interested in the demise of the black person in America. But that's for a different video. So I'm going to react to this because this young boy is being exploited when he should be being protected, nurtured, guided, instructed, built up into a man that contributes to society. I want to play the video, but the audio is kind of graphic in this 13-second clip. But essentially what he alludes to is having oral sex with a girl at 9 years old. And so we're gonna quote this. This is not white supremacy. This is democratic supremacy. All right, let's break this down, YouTube, before we hit the illustrious blue post button. This is not white supremacy. This is democratic supremacy. The people who want my people to think this is an acceptable way of living tend to vote a certain way and encourage us to do the same. And I'm gonna close it with this. Check this out. This is bigger than business. Here we go. Post it. Okay, so stop self-censoring yourself. You have thoughts. Your thoughts and opinions matter because what happens is the internet affords us an opportunity to share ideas, thoughts, opinions, and impact people, our communities, our states, our countries in the world in such a way, in accompanying with God's grace, like never before. So embrace it. Embrace what you think, what you feel, but put it to the test also. I'm Darius Bell. This is Bigger Than Business.